Hey, brothers and sisters. I'm coming on here today to share a dream that a friend of ours had. Um, he asked us to share it with you guys as he feels that there's a imminency to this dream, though the dream happened a while back. But this dream happened on May 10th, 2017, and he wrote it down at 4:52 a.m. So here is the dream. He says, I observed a nuclear detonation during the evening towards the east. Now, mind you, he's in the ex-military and stuff, so everything's based off of clock positions. So towards the east at 3 o'clock. I was looking due north towards 12 o'clock. The mushroom cloud appeared to be about 5,000 feet high and about 200 to maybe 300 miles away. There was a flash of light, but no shaking of the ground. Immediately there was a bang that sounded just like a starter's gun that they use for those track meets. I quickly looked around this open field area and noticed there was a military Alaska tent to my west, about 100 yards away. I ran to it and hid on the west side of the tent to avoid the heat wave. The strange thing is that I waited for about 30 seconds and nothing happened. I then ran back towards where I was originally, which appeared to be a huge open field. My coworker Ryan was right next to me. I told him that this was going to happen, and he laughed. After about a minute, he began to look very worried. Then he started crying, and he panicked. He immediately ran towards the west. I yelled at him, telling him that I have a way to get out of this place. He was so scared that he couldn't understand what I was telling him. Immediately, there was a crowd of people, maybe 100 plus, just to the north of me, around 100 yards away. They began walking directly west, as if someone was calling them over to announce something important. They were all huddled together with their backs to me, looking due west at 9 o'clock. It was a mix of different people, such as a businessman in a suit, a housewife, a young kid in school. They were overshadowed by a lamp post, that the type you see on a typical street corner. Again, all of them were looking up towards this light. That's the end of the dream. He said, to note, this dream was so vivid that I jumped out of bed and scared my wife. I had trouble breathing for about 30 seconds. What caused me to leap out of the bed was this sharp cracking sound, exactly like a starter's pistol that they fire to track me. So, now we're in present time. He said, when I was driving home on Friday the 13th of March, 2026, just a couple days ago, I asked God what was going to happen in this war, and in a millisecond, the answer was, everybody is going to be shocked and surprised of what's going to happen. I kind of blew it off and laughed about it when I got home, and I opened my computer for some reason. Something told me to click on Back to the Future, the movie, which I'm not really into those types of films, but immediately they were backing out the DeLorean, that funny looking car, and the license plate said out of time. So today I met a friend for breakfast at the Golden Corral, and next to me was a young kid wearing a black shirt that had bold letters on it that said vacant, as in empty. or desolate, like a hotel sign vacant. And underneath it was a listing of cities: Tokyo and Osaka, Osaka. I'm not good with Japanese, so forgive me on that one. He says, here's the twist. My mother was born in Osaka, Japan in 1927. She was there when they dropped Batman and Little Boy. She said the horn or alert that they put out siren had already sounded after the mushroom cloud was rising. They were escorted underground after that happened. After coming out of the shelter, her family said they never experienced nothing of that magnitude. Years later, I would often ask her about what happened, and she never wanted to talk about it. So my friend Jason and I, as we were having breakfast at the Golden Corral today, his brother asked me if I listened to heavy metal. I said, no. And for some reason, he mentioned a group called the Iron Maiden. And immediately I remembered they had a song titled Run to the Hills. Now mind you, his brother lives in a full-time mental care facility. What in the world made him ask me that question? So 4 to 5 hours later, I was at Walmart shopping. A kid in his 20s to the left of me had on an Iron Maiden shirt saying, Run to the Hills. He says if my mother were alive, she would be nearly 100 years old. She would be 100 in 2027. Also, I had this dream in 2017. Now you can take this any way you would want, but I'm 100% sure we are now rounding the bend for this bomb. I assume it will be some form of fusion device due to the blast radius, maybe 50 times that of Japan. And that is the end of what he had to share on that. So, I asked him if he knew where he was for sure in the dream or any of that, and he had said he had a feeling he was in the Middle East, but can't be 100% positive on that. So, we just ask you guys to pray on this, but wanted to share it with everybody so that everybody is aware of the time and situation we're in, and he feels a urgency to this message, which I think a lot of us are feeling nowadays with all that is going on. So we pray that each and every one of you guys are blessed, and we love you all, and we hope to be back on soon, and if not, we'll see you in the air on the way up. So stay strong in the Word, stay strong in your faith, and don't even let the trials of this life and everything that's going on shake your faith. Our trust is in Jesus, so keep your focus on Him, and may His peace that surpasses all understanding guard your hearts and minds. Love you guys. Bye.